got nothing set up, man. Hold on. I even got my chats up. I closed my windows by accident. Let me set all my windows up. Here we go. Twitch in the house. YouTube in the house. HCGVVHJ. What's happening? Welcome. You are back. Yes, yes. Welcome back, man. Alright, what else I gotta do? Activity feed. Oh, FTB lag. Thank you very much for that hydrate. I just seen it. Cheers. Alright, man. Y'all ready? What are we working on? Working on Type Blazer. Man, why doesn't it go all the way up to the bar? Look at that. There's like 1 pixel line right there. Why is it tripping, man? I just want it to go all the way up. But it doesn't. Anyways, should I restart to apply an update now? I don't see why not. Alright, so I've done a few things, man. I have done a few things that I don't remember exactly what. I don't know how to use this Mac, first of all. I'm trying to go to... Oh, this is VS Code stuff. I guess Finder. So one thing I did was I consolidated all of my repositories into one mono repo because it's been a pain in the ass dealing with like 4 different repositories inside of my one app. So where are my projects at, man? What time is it there? It's 10:13 a.m. on Monday. I'm gonna rename this old repos. All right, let me just clone this new mono repo repository and then we can get started. Oh man, that means I need all my secrets as well. I don't know how I'm gonna get those. I guess I can just pull them. All right, how are we gonna do it, man? Can I just hit them like that? Yeah. All right. did this thing work? Why does it still have all these things open, man? Hey, are you doing LeetCode daily? Among Us. I'm doing LeetCode later on today, not during this stream, but tonight in like 11 hours I'll be doing a LeetCode stream. Hey, did this open the wrong folder or something? I don't know what's going on right now. Projects, Typeblazer. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Here we go. Jamie P, how you doing? Welcome to the party. First, I guess I need a dang proper env file. I don't want to fill this all out myself, man. It's too much work. Let me get Claude to try and make me one. Or let me hide my screen, because I know where my env files are. I don't want y'all to see all my stuff. Real quick. I think I'm going to just copy it over. Where are my env files, man? Did my dang env files get deleted? Where'd they go, man? You have a beautiful webcam. Thank you very much. It's not a webcam. It's like a real deal camera. Under Master, welcome to the party. I'm gonna get started in just a second. I'm just trying to set up some files and everything, you know. All right. All right, here we go. That mic sounds good. Hey, thank you. What keys I have? I don't remember the keys, the switches I put in here, but the keyboard is a Bubble 75. I used to have Aqua Kings, which are like a linear switch. I think these new switches don't sound as nice as the Aqua Kings, but they're almost the same. Navi Gamer, how you doing, man? How you doing? Welcome. All right, you guys ready? I might be almost ready now. Here we go. I'm gonna share my screen. They probably leak my env file stuff, but who cares, right? Dang. Q9 PSG. Welcome, welcome. You want to do a little type racing before we get started? Only 12 people? What are you talking about, only 12 people? For the type racer, you don't think there's enough people for type racer? We should wait. Portnoy, how you doing, man? Welcome. I'm curious, how did you set up Claude in VS Code? Claude, I use Claude Code, and it's just a terminal app. So you can run it wherever, you know. Spoon XOR, how you doing? You guys ready? Steven Sagiball. Alright, type racer real quick, man. Before we do anything. What's happening, Steven Sagiball? Alright, first race is the warm-up. Second race is the championship round. You guys ready? Three of us. Oh, I didn't send. Did I send it? I don't even have Discord installed on this laptop yet, or Mac Studio, whatever it's. Easy warm-up. Next race is the championship round. Alright, here we go, man. Gamion, welcome, welcome. Oh, everyone's rolling in now, man. Man, I really need to download Discord on this computer so I can send my type racer notifications out. Oh, Kettlebell is in the house. I've heard so much about vibe coding, but never actually seen it in practice. Well, we're about to show you a little bit. It's not as exciting as you probably think it sounds, man. It's pretty boring, but it's still like addicting when you're the one vibing. But I think it might be boring watching someone else. How you doing, Kesselbear? You ready for this championship round? Dang, that's a long passage. All right, after this, we'll jump into it. I'll show you my flow and all the things I've discovered recently. Dang, 88s and 88s. But it looks like you beat me, man. By just a fraction, Kettlebell. Hey, is this your first championship? This might, I don't know if it's the first time. It might be. Let's check. Let me add it to the leaderboards. 88, right? I forget how much, actually. I know I spelled your name wrong, man. I'm sorry. Is it your first one? Maybe. It might be. Congratulations, man. Are you ready for type blazing? Yeah, let's try and do it. So, all right. Let me try to show you the website first. I uploaded a bunch of changes, but nothing too serious, I think. I've just been trying to fix bugs. There's a lot of bugs right now. So what I've been doing is I've been just trying to document every bug and then having Claude Code try and fix things. So one big bug right now, well, besides like spoofing WPMs and stuff, I'm not sure if I fixed it, but I tried some stuff. There's some weird things going on with my championship races. Like I'm getting duplicate races sometimes, 5 a.m., 2 times. So I'm going to try to document this and see if Claude can fix it. I'll just do this one for now. Hey, I just took a screenshot, but I don't know where screenshots save. Should I just take another one? And then open it. All right, here we go. So I got this repository. Yeah, so I merged everything into one repo. Before I had like 4 different repos for different services. Now I merged everything into a mono repo. So my front end and my API are right here. And then I have my championship servers and my multiplayer servers right here. And it's a lot easier for me to track issues and deal with like work trees and Docker files and whatnot if everything is in a mono repo. So that's why I've changed. It was a real pain in the ass to like try and pick the right branches of each other repo and stuff like that. So I was like, I'm over it, man. All right, so this is what I've been doing over the weekend. I've been just documenting bugs. Dang, why am I pasting that? I'm trying to paste this picture. Championship races are off. Duplicates at, I don't know how to describe this. Oh, and I've been using this. Hey, Q Ultimus, what's happened? Do I have hello testing? All right, there we go. So championship races are supposed to happen once every hour on the hour, but sometimes it seems like there are 2 championship races at the same time. I'm not sure what's going on, but this is a screenshot showing the championship race history, and you can see there's clearly more than 1 championship race on the hour sometimes. All right, so I just document a bug like this. I give it a label, bug, and then I'm gonna show you, I've made this little Ralph loop, man. I'm not sure if everyone here has experience with Ralph loops. I've been hearing about them for a few weeks, but today's my first time trying one, or over the weekend was my first time trying one. BRChatW, thank you very much for the follow. So, all right, I filed the bug. I make sure I label it as bug because in my Ralph loop, I prioritize fixing bugs over everything else. And then I have this Ralph loop script. It's just like a dang bash script. And basically, it looks at my get repo and then it looks for any PRs first. If there's any PRs, it reviews. If there are no PRs, then it looks at the issues, and then it takes the next issue based on priority. And I have it as bugs. Anything labeled bug is the highest priority. So here we go, man. I just hit them with my Ralph loop. Wait, is this the right? I'm not even in the right repo, man. All right, here we go. I hit them with the Ralph loop. How come I can't do that? Let's type it out. Permission denied. What does that mean? I have to chmod or something? I'm gonna just ask Claude, because why would I do anything myself these days when I can just tell Claude to do it? All right, so I hit them with my Ralph loop and I tell it count 2, because the first time it does the loop, it's going to pull. Oh wait, what just happened, man? Extra characters. Anyways, we got some issues. Let me try and fix it. Have you seen Seedant's AI Gen videos? I have not. Is it maybe it's because there's a picture in there? Maybe because I wrote that Ralph loop thing on Windows, but now I'm on my Mac. Can I get a Mac version, Windows, or maybe pass in an argument? Why am I typing, man? I should be talking to it. It's crazy good from China. I don't really know what's the latest with like video stuff. The last time I heard everyone making a big deal of video was maybe Gemini 3 Pro or whatever it was, Nano Banana, a few months ago. Alright, well, they said it just fixed it. Let's try it one more time. So I hit them with the Ralph loop. Wait. Some things went wrong. As soon as the Ralph loop picks up a bug, it assigns it to myself. And then the Ralph loop will skip any bugs that have already been assigned, just in case one of the bugs like gets caught in a loop. So I'll just unassign that and then I'll run my thing again. But what this is for is like, I've just been setting this and making it do like 10 iterations, and then I go do something for an hour or two and I come back. And then something ain't right, man. How come? How come it was working just last night and then I just come on here right now and nothing works? It's because I made this on Windows and then now I'm switching to my streaming Mac Studio. So I guess we should try and fix this on Mac. Claude is having a case of the Mondays. Maybe I'm having a case of the Mondays, man. What the heck is a Ralph loop? Ralph loop is basically calling Claude in a bash loop, man, over and over, and you specify like how many iterations. And it's a way of like managing your context. So you don't ever hit that weird area of your context where it starts to be weird things, you know? Anyways, what? So maybe there's some error. There is some error. I get this error now. Maybe tell Claude you developed it on Windows and you're on a Mac now. Yes, maybe I should tell that. Hey, I made this Ralph loop with you on a Windows machine, but now I'm on a Mac. So please fix anything that might not work. Or maybe make one for Windows and one for Mac separately. Should I just try it? Let me wait and see what they do. Anyways, I think this Ralph loop thing is very interesting, and like I've been thinking about my workflow for the last few weeks, and I find myself just wasting a lot of time watching Claude and pressing enter. Like I don't even review the code really. The only time I review the code is maybe after a few issues or a few features or fixes. I'll test everything at once. So I've been trying to like just find ways I can improve my flow a bit, and I think this Ralph loop is definitely a big boost to my efficiency. I got a question. Studying for interviews and I'm kind of avoiding linked lists and more advanced BST questions since they're less likely to show up. It's a good strategy trying to optimize my prep. I think linked lists might not show up too much. BST questions, I don't think that's a good strategy to skip those. Cool, Matt. When is your interview coming up? And what type of company are you interviewing for? If it's a big tech company, then I think you can probably just try to do the tagged questions from that company. If it's a smaller company, then who knows what they're gonna ask. Did they make me one? All right, no need for a separate. All right, let's try it one more time, man. Let me go in here and make sure this is not assigned to myself, and then we'll do Ralph loop count 2. The first iteration is going to implement. The second iteration is going to review. Supposed to be like that. See if it works, man. Jeez. Tell Claude if it makes anything work in the next prompt. I'm not giving it no money, man. I already gave it $200. So this is what I do, man. I find a bunch of issues, I document them in GitHub issues, and I label them as bugs or whatever they are. And then I hit the Ralph loop, like do 10 iterations or 20. And I also have some options where I can just give it a list of the bugs that I want it to work on. And then it will automatically like implement and then review each of those and automatically merge and everything. And it's using work trees and all that stuff, supposedly. So I just run that and I kind of wait and I go make some food or watch a movie or play some games or go to the store, and I come back and then I test whatever it implemented. And that's been my workflow over the weekend. And man, let me show you. I guess who cares what your numbers say on GitHub, but this is when I started my Ralph looping over the weekend, and I hit 266 contributions, when in the past, since I've been doing this vibe coding stuff, I think I've averaged maybe 60 or so contributions a day. Some like this weekend, last weekend I was going pretty hard. But since this Ralph loop, I've been doing a lot more, but I'm not sure if the quality is there yet, man. But for sure, it's a way to like automate things a bit more. So right now, it's just reading about the issue and seeing if it's still relevant. And it says, oh, it's still relevant, so now it's going to implement something. And I don't really have everything in the terminal, but if I wanted to see what's going on, I guess I could just look at these logs. But I don't look at the logs, man. But if I'm debugging something, Claude will look at the logs. You're basically simulating a software development cycle, and you're the guy giving out the orders. Basically, man. Well, I'm the one cataloging the issues, and then I just have my Ralph Loop handle it. But I've been reading, man. Some people say this Ralph Loop nonsense is whack and it's obsolete now since Claude Code has these agent teams. I have not messed with the agent teams yet. So that's something I want to poke around a bit more. I've created some agents, but I haven't put them together in a team to make them do things. I've heard one interesting strategy is to use like these agent teams inside of a Ralph loop, and that gives crazy results. But I will be trying that out maybe sometime this week. Brian Hernandez, welcome. Working and watching you. Hey, thank you, thank you. Hey, work? Isn't today a holiday, man? Well, I guess in the US, not everybody's in the US. I have an interview with Ramp on February 23rd, but otherwise it's smaller companies, so I have no freaking clue what they'll ask. Yeah. Best strategy is to just get good at algorithms, then you don't have to worry about what they're gonna ask. But clearly, in your case, you have like a 1 week time limit, so you can't learn algorithms in a week. That's why I suggest to just don't stop studying algorithms even when after you get your job, because you never know when you might need it again. From Mexico, so no, it's not holiday here. I see. I refuse to study for DSA interviews now. What are you saying, Q? You don't think DSA interviews are going to be around much longer? Maybe. That might be the case, but we'll see. I think they're going to be around for at least a few more years. All right. So this vibe coding stuff is pretty boring, man. You just kind of press a button and then you wait for like 15 minutes or however long it takes to do this stuff. And then like who knows what it's doing. What is this? Anyways, we should collect more bugs. That's what we should really do. You guys want to try, while there's some people, you guys want to try a multiplayer room to see if it works? Here it is. Here's the link. This is the game I'm working on, or the website. It's a typing game. All right, you guys ready to try it out? Let's try one match. The UI kind of sucks. Dang, I'm pretty slow, huh? All right, there's a lot we can do with this, man. I think I'm not very happy with many things here. Hey, Lil Freezy, what's happened? So, oh, look at this. The leaderboards are all wrong. Which, yeah. How you doing, Lil Freezy? Was that you with 82? Yeah, it showed me I'm first, but I'm definitely not first, man. Alright, let's try to document these bugs and we'll feed it to the dang Ralph loop while we chill. So, alright, let's one at a time, man. Like multi-type more than type. It's kind of like a mix of both, you know, with some other stuff going on. All right, new issue. This is, man, this, I already closed this issue, man. But I'll make a new one. I'll make a new one. Wait, what's the issue here? Multiplayer results are not correct. I just played a multiplayer game and it shows that I won when I only had the third highest WPMs. So the multiplayer leaderboards are incorrect. Well, not leaderboards. Where's the picture I took, man? Where are your dang Mac screenshot pictures? Are there any desktop? Yeah, they are. Which one of these screenshots is it? This one, yeah. All right, what else was whack about that multiplayer game? Can you not backspace correct letters in a word? Yeah, it's I don't know how to do that, but you're not supposed to be able to backspace like further than the current word that you're on if you have everything else correct. It's similar to TypeRacer actually, but mine isn't quite working as it should. Let me show you what I'm saying. So in TypeRacer, if I type good and then I made some mistakes, I can backspace, but I can't backspace more than that current word that I'm on, right? So I was trying to like simulate that behavior, but I'm not sure if maybe in my own you can't backspace mid word, you know. So what bug have you figured out? Is it like, maybe I can try to tell Claude how to fix that. All right, let's see what else is wrong, man. You can't backspace mid-word when correct. All right. Yes, that's what I thought. I think I'm aware of that issue. Let me create a bug. Can't backspace mid-word when the letter is correct. How do you describe that bug, man? All right. So when I'm typing in a practice or multiplayer or anything, I can't backspace I don't know how to describe this one. I can't backspace a correct letter that I've typed. I want the behavior to be like this. Words that have successfully been completed, we should not be able to backspace to them. The current word that we are on, we should be able to backspace anything on that current word. Right? I thought we fixed this issue before, but maybe the logic is only on a certain type of race. Let's make sure this logic is on all the different races: single player, multiplayer, and championship race. All right, what else is whack? I think this whole page kind of looks whack. Oh, race results. When people leave the room, they disappear from the race results. Let's make that an issue as well. Where's my issues, man? Right here. When people leave a multiplayer room, they also disappear from the results. When someone leaves a multiplayer room, they should not disappear from the results. They should be on those results, even if they left the room. This is a bug. All right, what else we got, man? Oh, wait, my bad. My bad. I didn't see these messages. My main thing is that I feel like my actual coding skills have atrophied. What's that word? Since I rely on AI, but if I'm just handwriting code, it feels like I'm falling behind. Yeah, I guess so. You gotta use AI, man, but you gotta also keep your mind sharp. I'm not sure if I will handwrite code as much as I used to in the past. At least I'm pretty sure I won't be. All right, let's check on this thing, man. What has it been doing? It's still so it implemented something, it opened the PR, and now it's reviewing that PR. Should we look? You guys want to see? Looks like it already merged. What the heck? Oh, it looked like something bad happened and it never got to finish. Wait. My Ralph loop is whack, man. That's what's happening. Oh, jeez. I guess I should check the errors or whatever. Anyways, I gotta work on this Ralph loop thing. Clearly, it's broken. Now it is. Or maybe sometimes it like gets stuck in a loop. And maybe this bug is too hard for the Ralph loop to handle. Maybe I'll try and just do it manually. Here we go. Let's just try and manually do this one for now. I want you to look at the GitHub issues and do issue number 261. It's 261, right? 261. There's already a work tree called Fix Championship Duplicates. Maybe you can analyze that work tree to see what work has been done, see if it's on the right path, and if it is on the right path, maybe you should continue the work in that work tree. I think it just depends on what you're building. Like if you're trying to learn, then don't mindlessly generate everything. Yeah, that's a good point. I guess I'm not really trying to learn anything, but if you're out there and you're trying to actually learn how to code, maybe you gotta actually code. Work on the Ralph loop. Why is it tripping? I think it hit like the maximum turns or something. It's time to open up another terminal. Let me pop this one out. Hey, Lil Freezy, what you been up to, man? How are things going on your programming journey? me tell this thing. Hey, my Ralph loop has been having some issues not completing iterations. Can you look in the most recent logs and tell me if there's anything suspicious or if we've reached a maximum number of turns, or like why is it exiting an iteration early before it finishes the work? Just working on different projects, trying to fluff up my portfolio. What kind of projects are you doing? Anything interesting you feel, or are they strictly portfolio projects? Or are you trying to like actually build things, you know, more than just for your portfolio, like turn them into real projects or whatever? I'm working on so many different things right now, man. I think I gotta focus on maybe 2 or 3 things instead of like 6 projects that I have up my sleeve. It's because the vibe coding thing, man, you just tell it what to do and it does stuff. All right, let me see. Substantial work already done. What is it saying? Here's what I found. 3 distinct problems. All right, we fixed that one. Oh, needs my approval to run some command. Interesting. How can we fix issue number 2? Oh, I guess you told me. All right, do whatever you need to do that you told me to fix issue number 2. Viewless, what's happened? Do you think Python is the best programming language for someone who wants to learn on the side? How long have I been coding? I've been coding for 13 years or so. I started to learn how to code in 2013. And is Python the best? Depends on what you want to do, but I'd say Python could be generally the best if you don't know what you want to do. Oh, wait, I missed some of your messages. Nothing too interesting. Ideas are the hardest part. If I had good ideas, I would always be busy. Man, maybe you guys need to sit down and brainstorm for a few hours, or like I try and think of ideas all the time and they don't always come to me that easily. But anytime I'm doing something in my life and I think, hey, this process could be improved, I think, oh, maybe this is an idea, and then I try and write it down. I have like a list of all my ideas, a master list or a main list. What's the flow for checking if the changes worked? I usually try to either test locally, but lately I've been lazy, man. I've just been like fixing 5 things at once, and then I batch all those changes together and I push everything, make a new build, and then I test everything at once, and then I reopen bugs if they weren't fixed, or stuff like that. But I think this flow will change as my product gets more mature. Right now, everything is broken, so I don't really care about testing in prod, right? But once I start to, I guess, stabilize the amount of bugs and stuff, probably be a little bit more careful in what I merge into main and how I go about testing. Maybe I'll start to test like everything before I even merge it. You know what I'm saying? All right, what is this saying? I don't know what it's saying, but just do it. Hey, Viewless, thank you very much for the follow. All right. We got a whole lot of bugs, man. Hey, Q, enjoy your day at work, man. I'll see you tonight for algorithms. All right, what other bugs? Besides, I have to clean up my Supabase to get rid of all this trash data as well. But I'll leave it there for now until it stabilizes. All right, look at that, man. 3:12 a.m. races? What is going on? What is really going on, man? Nobody knows. All right. Oh, I also need to like have more passages. Let me try this practice mode. I actually don't like. I prefer this. All right, let me see. Are my races 2 races? Have I only done 2 races today, man? I feel like I've done, I guess, 2 races. Anyways, I think I've also created, or I tried to make some bots so that I can test offline, like without having real people to help me test in prod. Oh shit, missed the championship race, man. I need to set some alarms. Let me set an alarm for my next championship race so I don't miss it, man. I want to test those too. I just need an alarm like every hour, every waking hour. So the next championship race in 56 minutes. All right, I set an alarm. All right, there's some weird stuff going on in this one too. Anyways, you guys want to help me run one more to find more bugs? Otherwise, I'm going to have to find some bots, test my bot system out, which might not be a bad idea. Guest Fox, welcome, welcome. All right, let's just go, me and you, Guest Fox. Man, I type so slow here. Rip, I joined late. All right, actually that might be an issue. Let me document that issue. Oh, I also wanted to check. I think we gotta work on this UI, man. It's a little bit ugly. Like the layout here. I don't know what to work on yet, but I just want to screenshot it for now. That wasn't you? Yeah. All right. But it's still a bug because I'd like multiplayer races to accept people that join late. And then let me check, like, what if I say play again? Like, can no one ever join after? So, like, look, I saw somebody here. But the question is, can you get in on the next race? Man, these words are hard to type. Man, how did they know that? Did they eat that honey? All right, real quick. Let's see. Oh, look, it says you're watching. All right, my fingers are tired, man. All right, well, thank you very much for helping me test some of these features. So let me try to document things that I want changed. An artificial boost, 10 WPMs. Hey, you're not even registered, little Freezy. How can I do that? All right, I guess I don't even know what it's like. Little Freezy, when you joined late, were you able to see you could just spectate but you couldn't type? Or how did that work? Maybe it's working as intended, you know? It just had a message. I guess I could try. Or something. Join on ink. Yeah, that's what I was gonna try and do right now, real quick. Oh, so you can only. But you can't even see the text. But I show up. Spectators show up in the race, even if they aren't racing. So that's another thing I'd like to address. New issues. Spectators show up as participants in multiplayer races. Let's make it so that spectators do not show up on the live leaderboards in a multiplayer race, but maybe a different section that is for spectators only. And let's also make the spectators be able to see the passage that the people are typing. All right, we gotta try and fix 1, 2, 3, 4 bugs. 5 bugs. But it wasn't working well in my Ralph loop. And then, but this says it just fixed it, because I think it was like prompting me for some permissions. So after this thing gets done here, I'll try the Ralph loop thing one more time. Email confirmation. Hey, I need to turn off those email confirmations. Thank you very much, Lil Freezy. I think that's just a dang environment variable issue, but I should still document that. Email confirmation wrong. The email confirmation takes us to localhost 8080. We should use the correct environment variables here. So maybe it's not set or it's hard coded. Who knows? La Taro C2, welcome to the party. How are you doing? How are you doing? All right. So many bugs, man. Maybe also, should I think of... I'm gonna make a new issue for confirming accounts. Confirming accounts too strict. All right, right now, if a user does not confirm their account, they can't even really log in. Let's change that. I think this is a little bit too strict for just a little silly typing game. We should allow unconfirmed accounts to be able to log in and participate, but maybe we'll figure out how to do something to make them confirm if we need to. You can disable email confirmation in Supabase. Yeah, I'm thinking if I should completely disable it or if I should just not do anything for now. So in the future, I can, you know, implement like a better way of maybe like an unconfirmed account. They can only do certain things before they confirm, you know. So I'm not sure yet if I want to disable. Maybe I should just disable in the beginning, because who cares? I'm gonna label this as a bug. Is it a bug or is it a enhancement? It's both. Maybe disable some features if the email isn't verified. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. All right. We're getting a nice list of bugs for it to work on. Oh, this, yeah, here's another bug. Let me leave. Hey, Javier D, welcome to the party. All right, this little text box is too small. I make that an issue as well. The typing inputs text box is too small. The optional input text box that you can toggle on or off, I think, is too small. The style should probably match the passage, meaning the font size and all that stuff. It's also too long or too wide, because it's only supposed to show you the current word you're on, but right now it takes up almost the whole width of the container. But I don't think a word is gonna be that long, you know what I'm saying? All right, this is a bug. Everything is a bug, man. I use bugs when I want my thing to just do them first. Dumpy Don, welcome to the party. Came back from my therapy. Hope your therapy went well, man. Hey, Dumpy Don, you've been grinding, man. How you feeling about LeetCode? You feel you're in the groove right now? You feel things are starting to click for you, or are you getting faster, or what? Hey, Spoon XOR, what's happening? Hey, what are you resetting here? All right. All right. Any other bugs I can just pile onto this thing? I'd say I don't like the heat map, the squares in the heat map. Let me make an issue for that. I'm just trying to pile up my issues, and then we're just gonna Ralph loop it and work on something else maybe. I don't know. Going good, but I will not stop until Google. Yeah, that's the spirit, man. You gotta just keep on keeping on. Is there any alternative to LeetCode? I was able to solve a problem last week, but couldn't upload it because I ran out of tests. What do you mean? Wait. Couldn't upload it because he ran out of tests. I'm not sure what you mean. What do you mean you ran out of tests? And what do you mean you couldn't upload it? Wait, what was this issue I was creating, man? Oh yeah, the heat map. Heat map looks whack. Alright, the heat map squares with the little white or grayish outline, it's not easy on the eyes. My suggestions maybe would be to make each little heat map square slightly lighter than the background color or something. So like we don't need those grayish outlines. Let's just try and make it look more clean, especially when the user has not much activity on the heat map. Right, let me see what you're saying. I ran the code to test it a couple times. I'm not sure what you're saying, man. Run out of tests? Hey, Javier, do you know what's going on? So you did the problem on LeetCode and you hit submit and it just doesn't pass, or like, can you explain a little bit more clear? Maybe it's talking about missing edge cases. Oh, so all right. I think if you're having trouble with LeetCode and passing test cases, you should stay on LeetCode, if anything. Because if you go into another site with less test cases, you might be fooled into thinking that your solution is correct when it actually is not correct. And LeetCode has extensive testing. Wait, what? I got the tests right? So LeetCode is separated into, you can run something and you can run the tests, only a small example test it will run. But then when you submit, it runs it against a much larger test set, sometimes hundreds of tests. And maybe when you submit, you're running into one of those tests that finds a problem with your code. So it's not a problem with LeetCode, I think. You just need to figure out why your code is failing and fix the problem. If you share your code on the problem, we could help you too. But I'm not too sure what you're saying, really. Wait, I couldn't upload it. Maybe the servers were down? Is LeetCode down right now? They've been having some issues with their stability. But I don't know. I only do LeetCode on stream. Like, I don't. All right, should I do reverse bits real quick? Man, it's too hard. It's too hard. I could do it. Let me just return. So when he hits submit, it just doesn't work. Can you give us a link or something? Like, once you submit, you should have a link here that you can share, and then we can see what you're talking about. Oh, you said anyways, it doesn't matter. All right, man. Just trying to help you out, though, because something doesn't sound right. High potential. Thank you very much for the follow. Hey, no worries. If you're still having issues or something, feel free to like message me or whatever. All right, let's check on these bots or whatever. So, all right, push it, create the PR, and then we'll try our little Claude bot. Not Claude bot, our little Ralph loop. Little bootleg Ralph loop that doesn't really work, man. But it worked over the weekend for me. Kinda. Alright, now the PR is created. I'll just start my Ralph loop. Let's start it, I guess, right here. Should just do everything. How many bugs do we have? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Should we do 7, 15 times or whatever? High potential. What's up, man? You have your terminals organized into tabs, into something. Is that just VS Code? I still write in W16 terminals all spread around my monitors like chaos. Yeah, I'm just running VS Code terminals. Nothing too crazy. But yeah, I do have them split into tabs. But I think this is a feature on most modern day terminals, man. Like I can split however many times. I think I can even split horizontally in some things or whatever. Never use Claude Code in VS Code terminal. So the reason I was using this in VS Code was because one of the voice to text apps I was using, it wouldn't type my text into the terminal, but it types it into VS Code. Like when I talk like this, and it just type, you know. That's why I'm using VS Code, but I'm sure like, I don't really have a preference, to be honest, with which terminals. I don't care about that stuff. As long as I can get tabs or split, I think that's a nice feature to have. I use the Windows one too, but that's faster than when speech to text in terminal. Yeah, Windows 1 gave me a lot of trouble, so that's why I use the VS Code one. Oh, look, it just merged it, man. Should we try? All right, and then it goes on to the next issue. And then, so the reason why having it in this bash loop instead of doing a sub-agent driven process, or even just telling one agent to just fix all the bugs in the repository, is context. When you just tell one agent to orchestrate sub-agents and fix like 50 bugs, then maybe the orchestrating agent runs out of context and it starts to compact, and then it gets worse over time. It's all about context, man. That's what everyone's saying, actually. Ralph loop. I'm trying, man. I've just been messing with it. So the Ralph loop will basically make sure that every time, every iteration, it's running on a fresh context. So the way I have structured my Ralph loop is to always, it's like a bunch of simple checks. It checks if there is any open PRs in my repo. If there are any open PRs, it reviews it. And then when it reviews it, if it thinks it's good to merge, it just merges it. And it deletes the branch and it or it should delete the branch. It didn't. And clean up. And then if there's no PRs to review, then it grabs an issue from the list, prioritizing bugs first, and then others. Is it good using CloudBot? How does it work? I'm not sure anything about CloudBot or OpenClaw or whatever it's called these days. Did you implemented the Ralph Wiggum? Yeah, Javier D, I did make one. I can probably share my scripts with you guys if you want. It's not that great, but here it is. Should I upload it to my GitHub? Should I make a new repository just for my thing? How do I do that? New. Should I just call it Ralph Loop? My whack Ralph Loop. OpenClaw just got bought by Altman last night. Yeah, I saw that, man. Seems like a good way to encourage more Vibe dev while hopping on a bandwagon. Yeah, I have not really done much research into OpenClaw, but some people in this chat have. And they've been having fun with it. Makes me kind of think maybe I should just go buy a Mac Mini. Alright, I'm gonna create this repo. And I'm just gonna kind of just upload a file. That's crazy. I've never used GitHub like this. Let me try. Did that work? No, that didn't work. Seems a bit odd for me to let an AI control my whole computer and accounts. Well, I think people make accounts specifically for that AI, but I'm not sure. Supax, thank you very much for the follow. All right, here, if you're interested in my Ralph Loop, you can check it out, man. It's not a very good one, I think, but maybe it's a start. And I think I've customized this to my repos, so you might have to change it up for yours. So I've used my little Ralph Loop on like 3 or 4 different repos, and my flow is just making a bunch of issues, trying to label them accordingly, and then letting the loop run while. So it takes some time. Like we're only on iteration number 2 here. After however many minutes. Sometimes I just turn it on, go to the supermarket, come back, and then I just test everything that it did over the last hour or 2, you know. All right, so I just did iteration 2. Which bug was that? I don't even know, man. Oh, that was the review? Wait, what? Oh, remove, this is the heat map one. Remove gray strokes outline. Should we look? I don't know. It's a huge security risk. Think more about what your goal intent is, then create protocols, pipelines for that. Easier to automate when you control it too. Yeah, someone in here said they had OpenClaw set up and they use it to track their food stuff. What's your opinion on Vim? I don't really have an opinion on Vim, man, because I don't use Vim. So I guess my opinion would be, you don't need Vim. I don't like Vim. That's my opinion. Too many damn buttons to remember. Yeah, it's probably powerful and all that, man, but I don't care about that shit. I think people get too crazy about their Vim, man. It's just a dang text editor, you know. maybe when I get a job or something, it'd be more useful for me. But right now that I'm in uni and doing some personal projects on the side, I want full control and context of everything. Um, Man, I don't know about the full control of everything part, but yeah, maybe. You're supposed to have an opinion about Arch and Vim, and you must be vigorous in asserting it. What? I despise having to remember keystrokes. Give me that toddler GUI for all time. That's how I feel high potential. I like clicking buttons. I like seeing with my eyeballs and not trying to like remember commands or whatever. I also don't think I spend my time typing or doing stuff that much to like be that good at doing these weird Vim tricks, man. Hey, Vim user here. um, I just like my mouse. I like simple uh, hotkeys that I can remember. Control A, Control C. That's about it, man. And I haven't noticed any big difference in my career using Vim or not. I guess I've never used Vim, but not using Vim has not held me back. And when I was working at Google, man, I'd say nobody there used Vim. Maybe one person. I knew one person who probably used Vim at that place. Everybody was pressing buttons in the IDE, man. Nobody was like in Vim, or what's the other one that people used to like? Emacs or whatever. Man, I tried Emacs one time like 15 years ago, and it's like, why the hell am I gonna try and spend 10 years of my life learning this software just to type some words, man? Some people live their whole lives in Emacs, you know? I don't know how them people do it, man. It's like a crazy 1970s operating system, man. I guess it looks cool and it's intimidating. Like if I rolled up to somebody's desk and they're on Emacs and they're just blazing through everything, boom, 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 blindfolded. Like, damn, man, this guy must be the dang CTO or something. It's crazy. But I think that's probably one of the biggest benefits is looking cool. Anytime I get dumped into it on a HPC, I lose the ability to navigate my machine. HPC? What is a HPC? Before I was struggling with carpal tunnel syndrome, Vim Motions helped me there. Hey, you might be onto something, Javier D. Maybe it's more ergonomic. I'll give you that. Maybe having like a ergo keyboard and never moving your hand on some weird mouse or whatever, like perhaps. Like I don't usually have any hand issues, but in the last week or so my hand's been hurting. But I think that's because I've been holding a damn controller and my hands aren't used like playing video games, man. I don't think it's from the mouse. But maybe if I were to develop real carpal tunnel problems or hand problems, I would probably give a more keyboard first approach more of a chance, you know? I am not at Google anymore. I quit a few months ago. Wait, what are we doing? Where's our thing? Oh, look. It's on iteration number 4 out of 15, man. Look at that easy fix for that one. Outlast Cold, thank you very much for that follow. No way, I didn't know that. Yeah. Are you streaming full time? I wouldn't say I'm streaming full time, but I am full time trying to make money somehow on the computer, and I'm streaming as a way to document some of the journey, but I don't think my goal is to be a full-time streamer, if that makes sense, man. I don't want my main income to come from being an entertainer, man. That's like what I'm really about. I'm not trying to be an entertainer. I'm trying to like build a small business somehow, and just stream it or document it. I think it helps me to focus is the real reason. Were you there in production engineering teams or more on the research side of stuff? Definitely not on the research, man. I'm no researcher. I worked in infrastructure, C++ infrastructure. I was doing policy enforcement and regulation, like building solutions to enforce international policies or local policies or whatever. Curious as why did I quit? So that I can try and make money on my own instead of having the zookeepers feed me. If you know what I'm saying, man. I feel like I'm in a dang. I was talking about this maybe last week or a couple weeks ago. I feel like I'm a lion in a zoo at a big tech company, like Google or wherever. All them places that pay you a lot. It's nice and it's safe and you get fed zoo steaks from the zookeepers. But man, I'm not trying to be in that cell, in that zoo, when there's open savannas out there and there's wild gazelle I can be chasing. But I'm getting too domesticated in that zoo, man. I'm trying to learn how to feed myself, man. That's why I left. Will the Pomo streams come back at some point? Hey, maybe, Javier D. It's likely that sometime it might come back. Anyways, I might go back to the zoo if I can't catch a gazelle. If they'll let me back in. We'll see. Yeah, golden handcuffs, kinda. How's my weekend? It's chill. I did a lot of vibe coding over the weekend, man. And I've figured out, I haven't figured out this Ralph loop, but I've started to play around with this Ralph loop. And I guess, did I link it earlier? I don't know where it is at. Where's my repos, man? Oh yeah, it's right here. If you want to see my Ralph loop in progress. I guess there's a help file. You guys just want me to run that help. So you just count how many iterations. One iteration, I guess in the loop you have to understand what it does in an iteration. It just looks at PRs, reviews a PR. Wait, maybe I should tell it. I'm gonna open up a new Claude. I'm like, what am I typing, man? I just made a new repository unrelated to this repository. And in that new repository, it only contains the ralphloop.sh file. Dang, Ralph? I want you to generate me some text that I can put into this new repo's README. Don't make any READMEs, man. Just output the things in the terminal and I'll copy and paste it. The README should tell you how the script works and how to use it. First time on repo, yeah, my first public one. Once you hit 1 billion LeetCode completions, you ascend. Wait, what are you talking about? Wait, I don't even have that many submissions in LeetCode. How long did you deliberate quitting for? It was on my mind for a couple of years, but I wanted to stay at Google long enough where I would absorb any knowledge that I needed or whatever. I thought it was good to stay there for at least 4 years. I never made it to 4 years. I made it to 3 years and 11 months, but close enough, man. I think these thoughts started coming to my mind maybe a year and a half before I actually quit. And then I told my manager about 6 months before I quit. Would you imagine yourself working in big tech again? Yes, if everything I do fails. If I can't figure out how to make money, man, I'm gonna try and get into big tech again. And then Turok64, thank you very much for the follow. Wait, one, what? If I've coded Monkey Maker, Money Maker. Oh, I haven't made a single dollar, man. So, but I have a list of ideas that I'm trying to vibe code all in parallel, and hopefully one of them sticks. We'll see. I don't need to make as much money as I made at Google to be happy. I think I can be happy with a lot less money. But I think, I've tried similar things like this in the past when I was younger. I guess in like 2015 to 2018, I tried something. I was freelancing for a long time, but I don't know. It's a complicated story, man. But when I was around, I guess 28, I tried to set off to do my own thing, and I had some money. I probably had like $100,000 saved up at the time. That was about 3 years or so of expenses. But I don't think I had the focus, the maturity, or anything to pull it off. And I just lost motivation, and I started to just not work towards my goals, and I started to just hang out and drink at the bar and have a good time and party instead of being focused. So that was almost 10 years ago, man. So this is like round 2 for me. Now in the last 10 years or whatever, I've had like a whole lot of different experiences to like level me up. I think I'm a lot more mature. I think I have a lot more focus because I feel my time is limited here on Earth. Maybe when I was younger, I didn't feel that. I have a family to provide for now, so this is my second attempt at going at it, doing something. And I think I have a lot more chance of success now than I did 10 years ago. But we'll see, man. Do you feel stressed at all? Not yet, man. But ask me this question again in a year, and we'll see. Do you have any hobbies? Yeah, streaming is a hobby. I like to see that Lockheed contracts. Wait, what? Lockheed contracts. I did some work for Lockheed Martin a long time ago. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what you're referring to there, though. What was your manager's reaction after you initially brought it up? She was not surprised because I'm very vocal about how I want to live my life. So she was like, yeah, I knew this day was coming. She said she didn't think it would be so soon, though. But I had a great relation with all my teammates and everything, and my org, so. All right. I'm gonna just copy and paste this into this Ralph Loop junk. Tell us about the most careless man you saw in Google. What does that mean, man? Like one day he would be drunk, another day he would be still complete his tasks. I see. I don't know if I met anybody who was like that, but I did meet. I don't even want to talk about that stuff, man. There's like 1 or 2 people I've met there who always said some wild things in a corporate environment. Like, I don't even want to say things, but you know, just inappropriate things all the time. Do you know any fellow ganja smokers at Google? Man. Um, I've never smoked with anybody from Google, even though they've told me that they've tried smoking before. I don't think, yeah, I don't know. I guess I've met them, but I've never smoked with them, is what I'm saying. And I don't, if I was smoked with whoever, if they wanted, but maybe it's like everyone's too scared or something. They pay 184 a year at Lockheed. Damn, it's bumping. I didn't know they paid. Well, it depends on the position. 184 for what? Like a dang super senior position, that's a bit low. But if it's 184 for like a new grad or mid level, that's more than I expected. Anyways, what are we doing, man? Are we really just gonna let this loop thing run while we just talk nonsense? There must be some way we can use our time while this thing works, huh? Maybe I can let me see. Maybe I can just test out some of the things already. So resize typing input, the heat map things, and duplicate championship races. Should we build and push that, man? Let's see. Where are so many things here? Dubtro, thank you very much for the follow. What was I doing? Hey Simon, I did my first LeetCode problem this weekend. It was an easy category one, but I felt great when the code passed. Obviously it was not option code, but I did it. Hey Portnoy, I think that is probably the hardest part, is just getting started, man. So now that you've gotten over that hump, just keep up the habit. You don't have to go crazy in the beginning. I think you have to like slowly work up your ability to like study for longer sessions. Do you ever smoke on the clock? All the time, man. But not in the office, you know. Usually when I'm at home, usually on like a Monday or a Friday or some Wednesdays before I went to work and stuff. But I'm not like going out in the office at lunchtime to go smoke some reefer and then go back in. I'm not trying to do that, man. It's too much attention. Everyone's gonna know. All right. Hey, Portnoy, when I first started training LeetCode, I don't think I could sit there for more than an hour and study. I would like, it would be too much, and I'd just quit. And then when I started to stream, I couldn't even hit my 3 hour mark every time. It took about a month of streaming every single day with no days off to build up the endurance to do LeetCode for 3 hours straight. So I say in the beginning, you're gonna be tempted to quit early or to give up or go do something else, but you should just keep pushing a little bit, and every time you study, you'll be able to study for a little bit longer. And then it's kind of just like running a marathon or whatever, man. You know, your first day of training, you're not gonna finish the whole marathon, obviously, but you keep practicing little by little, and you'll slowly get up there. I want to try one problem a day to get used to, but I don't know if I should do problems by category or by ID or what. I'd say absolutely do them by the category. If you do them by ID, who knows what type of problems you'll get, and who knows if it's a good use of your time, since some of those problems might be topics that you have no idea about, and it took PhD people like years to come up with that algorithm. So just do it category by category and start with the easy problems first in those categories, and then try to move up. I don't think you have to only do easy problems before you do medium problems. Maybe hit some categories like, say, binary search or sliding window, and you can do all the easy sliding windows, and then maybe you can go on to the medium sliding windows, but like, just because you do some easy sliding windows doesn't mean you have to stop and then go do some easy binary search and then easy this. You can like go deeper. You can get up to medium problems in a certain category and still not be able to solve mediums in any other category, and that's okay too. Anyways, all right, man, this thing is doing a lot of bugs, so we are going to try to test some out, but I'm just going to like push it to prod, because where's my build file, man? Build all. How do you do this chmod thing? Is that the syntax? If I typed it right. No. Yeah? Who knows? All right, let's see what's up. Wait, what are these things doing, man? These are not even doing anything relevant anymore. I read something about starting with brute force and just trying to get the code passed and then seeking for optimizations. What do you think about that? Yeah, that's usually a good thing to do. Most easy problems on LeetCode are easy because you can pass them with brute force. The constraints are small enough where brute force, like 99% of the time, will work on an easy problem. Simon, do you think Cloud is worth learning? Yeah, I don't see why not. But like, for what though? What are your goals? Are you trying to be a software engineer, or are you trying to be a DevOps person, man? Because if you want to be DevOps, for sure, you got to learn all that AWS cloud stuff, If you want to be a software engineer, maybe it might be helpful, but I don't think it's absolutely necessary. I don't know anything about cloud stuff, man, even though I've messed with things for personal projects, and when I was freelancing, I messed with that. But I've never really used, I can't say never, because at Google we do have some Google infrastructure that's similar to Google Cloud. But I learned that on the job, man. I don't know. Do you think the LeetCode Premium is worth it just starting? Just starting out? No, I don't think so. But it depends, man. How much money you got? If $150 is a lot of money to you, like a whole percentage or more of your net worth, maybe. Maybe it's not. Maybe you shouldn't get it. If $150 is like nothing to you, then sure, just spend it, man. It's for the whole year. Am I poor? Steven Sagball, I don't think you're poor. Yeah, I don't think you're poor, man. I think you compare yourself too much to other people who get lucky, or who, had the perfect path or whatever. Looking for a realm where AI won't replace us that easily. Yeah, I don't know. All right, what are we doing? We're trying, we just build, so let me try and deploy. We're all poor compared to the rich. No, I'm not rich, man. I think most of you guys are probably richer than me. I wouldn't even say richer because I'm not rich, but I'd say lots of people in this chat have a lot more money than I got, man. Deploying the new Type Blazer stuff. Rich in life, yeah, I would agree, man. I'm very rich in life. I think I've done a lot in my life that a lot of people don't get the chance to do. And that's because I did some silly things when I was younger. That's probably why. I didn't go the traditional go to work, finish school, go to work route, man. After I finished school, I just got up and left the country and I just went exploring for like 10 years. Lived a lot of different places, and then I hit in my 30s. I'm like, dang, I'm broke. I got no skills, and what am I gonna do now? The only skills I got were like programming black hat tools for internet marketing, and then that's when I decided to leak code, man. To skill up. How many Teslas do you guys own, man? Ain't nobody want no dang Tesla, man. I got a Pontiac Vibe. That's what I got. One of the sickest cars ever created. Look how sick this car is, man. I can fit so much in the back. The back seats fold down. Let me show you the back seats. Look how clean that looks. It just folds down. Everything folds down like that, man. And it, oh shit. You know what time it is, man. My alarm just went off. Vibe driving. Hey, Steven Sagball, I do want to see that house. But my alarm went off because it's Type Blazer Championship round time. But I messed up everything and the site doesn't work because my environment variables are wrong. Jesus Christ. Let's say, man, I tried that Docker build all thing, but my environment variables are wrong, man. I'm missing some Supabase stuff probably, or Vite URL, whatever environment variables. You gotta fix my env files, please. I'm not sure if it's reading from .env.production or the .env file itself. Anyways. Hey, where's the house, Steven Sagball? I don't see any house. You said you're gonna link it. You gotta fix my... You're gonna use that... Hey, I don't see what's the difference. Like, it speaks English, you know? So I talk to the AI like I would speak to a coworker. Like, hey, man, you gotta fix that bug, man. Come on now. Let me know when you're done. All right, Steven Sagball wants to buy this house. $700,000. You got 2 garages, man. That's bumping. Look at that yard. What are you trying to... Dang. You even got a... whatever this is. Are you a real estate mogul? Who, me? Not me, man. I don't even own any property. This is what Steven Sagball wants to buy. Hey, you should buy it, man. Why wouldn't you buy it? I'd say it seems a little bit small, man. For a 4-bedroom house, 4-bathroom. Is that small? I don't know. It's not really small, but maybe like the rooms are really small is what I'm saying. That's what she said? That's not what she said, man. I don't live in Colorado anymore. Yes. So why you want to buy it? She said no, it's perfect. Yeah. 700K place. Hey, that's not even that bad. In America, houses are so pricey, man. 700K seems affordable. At least compared to, say, the Bay Area or New York, which is the last two places I've lived. At least we're not in Canada. What's wrong with Canada? I guess their houses are like the same price, but they make half the money. Alright, we gotta fix Type Blazer, man. Canada housing pricing way worse. Yeah. This is where you're trying to live. $1 million in Everett. This looks fancy, man. What kind of crazy wood is that? Yeah, big ass yard you got. Man, you're buying $1 million house, Steven Sagbon, you talking about you're broke? Am I still in New York? No, I'm not in New York anymore. I moved out. Cannot afford. I see. No. I don't think you can either, but I think you can, if you know what I'm saying. I think it's like you could make it happen if maybe you got roommates or whatever, but it would be like stretching your finances, especially considering you're not too sure about your future at that job. That seems small for 1 million. I don't know what Washington has to offer. All right, this thing says it's fixed it, man. So let's just trust it. We missed our dang championship race. Should we set another alarm or no? Yeah. We'll do one for the next championship race. All right. Hey Mario, welcome to the party. How are you doing? Hey, look at that warning. Max turn limit. Which one was that for? Confirming account too strict. All right, we gotta do that one again. So which other ones we hit max turn limit? Maybe that's the only one. So far, the Ralph loop is doing its thing. And then let me see if my environment variables are fixed. Ralph took down the site? No, it wasn't Ralph that took it down. Are you on a new Mac? Or yeah, Mario, I got a Mac Studio. You're not tripping. I'm on a Mac. My PC died, man. My graphics card is dead. And I bought a replacement graphics card that I haven't opened yet. I could still return it. And I also bought a Mac Studio. And I'm trying out the Mac Studio. I might keep it. I have like one more week to decide. Shadow Tigers, thank you very much for the follow. Mac Studio is nice. How much RAM? 96 gigs. Hey, Shiznits from YouTube, what's happened? Sorry, I just seen your message. I don't know how long ago he sent that. Yeah. Alright, did it deploy? I don't remember. Alright, so what were the changes that this Ralph loop did? Let me look in the GitHub issues. What it closed. M3 Ultra. M3 Ultra is right. M3 Ultra base model. It's very expensive, man. The house is cheaper than the RAM, yeah. Alright, heat map. Let's look at our heat map. Yeah, I think that heat map looks a lot nicer than it used to. I don't have a picture of what it used to look like, but it used to be uglier. So that's nice. They fixed that. Next one is inputs text box too small. Let's check that one out. Input text box. Ooh, it's real small now. Alright, I think we should give it, I don't know what to do. Should it grow like that? I'm gonna just leave it like this for now. This is okay. Man, it's trying to do localhost stuff still. I gotta fix that, man. Something ain't hooked up right. Oh yeah, look at that. Localhost for the API. Jeez, man. Hey man, the env file is still whack. It's using localhost for the API stuff when it should be typeblazer.com with the correct routes. Look at the code and figure out the correct routes. You can fix it if by, wait, what? Testing on prod, yeah. How's your experience using the Mac? So far, so good. I like it. I ran into a few issues with my workflow. One of the issues is trying to build these Docker images for Linux. Before, it gave me some issues, but I think that's because of the way I had my C++ binaries configured and Docker files or whatever, you know. So I fixed that, and now it's able to build correctly in a reasonable amount of time. Have you seen Final Sentence? I have not. What is it? Dang, this is like a real typing game. Hey, I'm not, I mean, I play a lot of Type Racer here and stuff, man, but I'm not into typing games, man. Can we use TypeBlazer now for practice? I would say it's still very buggy. Like even right now, I have to set up my environment's variables properly. I've been having an issue where, you know, I work on my Mac Studio for my streams, but then I work on my PC off stream sometimes. And I have a hard time keeping my env file in sync, so I have to figure out a solution for that. I wasn't able to create an account. Yeah, my things aren't working right now, man. I'm trying to fix them. Anyways, we're trying to. How much did it cost? Like $4,000 for the Mac. Wait, what? You could get by on the free tier of. What is this? Oh, for my environment things. Hey, maybe I'll look into it later. Cause it's so annoying, man. Anytime I change some variables or whatever, it's like I gotta like I've just been sending myself my env file between my machines. Yeah, it is convenient, man. It injects into env, so it automatically imports. Man, sounds real fancy. All right, let me see. Let me see. My ENV things aren't even that crazy, man. Maybe I should just hard code them in there. Like, who cares? Or no, maybe not. I think it's gonna work now. Let me rebuild. Oh, maybe not. I think, we'll see, we'll see. As a Mac user, I can't even get used to pressing Control. I still press the Windows key. That is where the Command key is. Yeah, I think I used to struggle with that a long time ago. But I've always, for the last 11, 12 years or so, I've been a dual Mac Windows user. So it just takes me a couple minutes every time I switch to the new system to like use the correct key. But now it's pretty chill. Alright, did we deploy? Or no, we're just building. Let me redeploy. So I'd say, man, TypeBlazer is not in a stable state these days. And it probably won't be in a stable state until, I don't know, a few weeks. But whenever I feel it's stable, I'll put it in my stream title or something, you know. Maybe I'll do like a special stream for like all day TypeBlazering, you know. But we're still just trying to get it to work properly. Dang, look at that, man. Oh, it's because it's not on yet. Douche, welcome, man. How you doing? I've been triple OS user at some point. Yeah, I'm also a triple OS user. I use but Mac and Windows mainly, and then I have Linux something. Don't update to Tahoe yet. What are you using for backend? Wait, why should I update to Tahoe? I almost updated this morning, man. And I said, nah, let me chill. I'm using a dedicated server for my backend. And on my dedicated server, I have Coolify deploying things from a Docker file, Docker Compose. Alright, so I think, alright, let me try to sign in with Twitch. That works. Alright, I think my environment variables are good now. Does my Google sign-in work? That works too. Wait, what language? I'm using TypeScript, JavaScript on the front end with Vue. I also have a API that's built in Hono.js. And then my multiplayer server is in C++, and my championship server is in C++. So I have 4 like mini projects in this one. You're on Mac OS 26? Who knows, man? I just bought this thing and turned it on. How do I check? Sequoia 15.6? I don't know. What are we trying to test? Let me look at the issues. Type in text. Cool. Championship races. Let me look at the championship races. I guess we won't really know if this is fixed until like sometime. The championship race is supposed to be 1 every hour. But sometimes like this, 3 10 a.m.s, you know what I'm saying? That's not right. We gotta fix that. Anyways, you guys want to test out multiplayer again one more time? So, alright, let me see which bugs. Did it fix the... No, it didn't fix it. I've seen if it fixed the bug where... These bugs. And the leaderboard is wrong. Multiplayer results are not correct. I didn't label this as a bug. That's why it's probably not being picked up. Anyways. Hey, Keck. What's happened? How's it going? Hey, I finally did some Ralph looping, man. Maybe I'm a little bit late to the party, but I finally created my dang scripts. How do you find it, man? I think it's very interesting, and it allows me to live my life without sitting behind my desk and pressing enter to accept. You know, like, who cares, man? Just send it. Basically, whatever I've been doing manually for the past 3 weeks, I tried to let the script simulate that process. And if you're interested, I've uploaded it somewhere. My first public repo, man, right here. I don't know how your script is, or whoever else has a Ralph Loop script. Maybe we can all exchange ideas and talk about our scripts, but this is mine. So first thing, checks for an open PR. If it exists, it reviews and merges it and cleans up. It's supposed to clean up. And then if there's no PRs open, then it basically pulls an issue and does that issue. And that's all that an iteration does. Either reviews or creates a PR. And that's it, man. And then if it picks an issue, it assigns it to my account. So if something gets wrong while trying to implement it, the next iteration, it won't try to do the same issue again, because it has already assigned it, and the script says look for issues that have not been assigned. Set up skills too. I have set up some skills, but I haven't been using them in an agent team yet. So my next step, like this week, one of my goals is to enhance my Ralph loop to utilize agent teams. So it's like doing crazy work. But we'll see how that goes, man. I think I got to do a little bit more research. Have you been using the agent teams or whatever? Let me see what's going on. Email confirmation. Commanderts, what's happening? Is this AGI? I don't know what you're talking about, man. I have a few manager agents that can run my Ralph loop agents. Interesting. Hey, how do you say your agents up, man? I just kind of didn't put much effort into it. I basically just said like agents. Dang, it doesn't have an agent in this project. So I just create an agent. Wait, how can I get my old agents over here? I don't know. Let me ask. Can I take agents I've created from other projects and make them personal, like for all projects? I like your keyboard, thank you. I give it a defined pass fail case and ensure it must pass via test. And then I force another agent to review that the test didn't get fluffed and cheated. Alright, I have to add more testing criteria. Like right now, I don't have much testing or any great testing, which I think is a problem. Especially as the app starts to like take form, you know. AI loves to fake the tests to make them pass. Yes. I think Ralph does test-driven development. I mean, you can say your Ralph loop to do however you want, right? But maybe it works best in test-driven development. I don't even have good test cases since my project is relatively new or whatever. You know, maybe I should just spend time making tests decent. So that's what I've been up to with the vibe coding, man. I think I'm getting better at vibe coding, but I still don't have a finished product, man. Hopefully we're getting closer. Wait, where said we're gonna test out this multiplayer room? That's what I said we're gonna do, man. Wait, I don't want to be on this account. Alright, let's do a multiplayer race to see how it has changed. There's a link. I want to enforce tests because it also, for me, for science, if I need to jump into the project and change, fix something, test cases, make it easier rather than guessing. No dictionary mode, man. Do you do LeetCode on stream? Show us your ways. I do LeetCode, but not right now. I'll do LeetCode tonight. No dictionary mode yet, man. It's coming. It's coming. Hey, douche, what happened? You left? Alright, there you go. Alright, I'm gonna start. Just two of us. Not saggy balls. Alright, something I want to test actually is the guest view. Oh, I guess it didn't get to that bug yet. Alright, maybe the text box shouldn't show up once we finish the race. Should I make a bug for that? Let me take a screenshot. Alright, thank you everyone for helping me test that. You guys want to run another one? Oh look, watching. I wonder if... Anyways. Alright, the countdown is too fast maybe? I don't know. So you can change your themes also. I'm not sure if any of them are that good though. And if anybody has like weird behavior while they're typing, please let me know so I can try and document these bugs and fix them. I need more passages as well. I have a solution that I haven't implemented yet. Anyways. Hey Crow, what's happening, man? What keys are these? Man, to be honest, I don't remember. It's not Aqua Kings, but they're very similar to Aqua Kings. And Aqua Kings I actually like more. Alright, so waiting for other people to finish. Let me make a bug of that too. I'm gonna see if this race times out, because there should be a timeout, man. But in the meantime, let me document some of these issues. New issue. What was the issue I was gonna write? Hey, yeah, Crow. How you doing, man? I remember your name from way back in binary search days, man. Maybe I used to see you in Larry NY's stream all the time when he used to stream. Like long time ago, man. Hope everything has been going well for you. I think all the binary search people are doing well in life, man. All them algorithms paid off. Next project will be a LeetCode type problems playground to practice. Hey, Portnoy. I don't want to talk too much about my next projects. But yeah, maybe. And Neil stream as well. Hey, what you talking about? Neil? Like Neil Wu? I don't think I remember I used to go to Larry NY. I used to go to A Weiss. And I used to go to Shao something. Shao something Cone. I forget who, man. Yeah. Shao Wu Cone. Yeah, he used to do the reviews of the Byron Search contest. Those are some spicy spicy comments. Who said that? Neil used to do Code Forces. I see. That's probably why I didn't watch that, man. Your site leaderboard, don't defense. Yeah, there is a lot of don't defense was helping to like find issues. So you found some issues, man. But I haven't cleared the database yet because I anticipate more issues, you know. My company is using Devin AI. Dang. Yeah, that's crazy. It's so crazy that all these algorithm people kind of just went on to do crazy things. Like A Weiss got, I talk about it a few times, but man, he was like $100 something million of crypto net worth at one point, man. Devin AI is good for review. I've never used Devin AI, man. I heard about Devin AI last year for a brief time and then it kind of disappeared. What was I doing, man? I was about to document a bug and I don't remember what the bug is now. Oh yeah, I remember. When you finish a race, the text box should not show, or it should be empty or something. After finishing a race, let's actually just hide the text box. Input text box. It's good for the free PR review plugin for GitHub. Hey, I might try it, man. The only thing I know about Devin is the push to master Primogen meme. I don't even know that meme. He was making an issue for the guy that sat AFK and didn't. Oh yeah. Oh wait, it finished though. I think it finished. So maybe I can make an issue to show like the timeout. Where's, man? Alright, here we go. In a multiplayer race, let's show the race time. Like how much time is left in the race. So every multiplayer race should have a timeout that ends the race after a certain amount of time. I don't think this time is shown anywhere, and it would be nice to see it in the UI, because if somebody goes AFK, who knows what the hell is gonna happen, if they're ever gonna come back, or how long the race is gonna be open. It's not really a bug, is it? But I'll label it as a bug anyways. It did, but there's no feedback for. Yeah, thank you. Do you speak to text? Yeah. I'm using a thing called Handy for speech to text, and it's like, I really like it, man. If I had to type all this shit, my fingers would hurt. When you switch to Vue, I'm using Remix for my personal website, and maybe I started TypeBlazer on Remix last year, but then I switched it last year also to Vue, because I was having a lot of performance issues. Like, it was just so slow typing, and I guess maybe the AI LLMs weren't good enough to write performance code, or maybe it just got off to a bad start. But I could not get it to make the React app performant. So then I decided, you know what, let me try a different framework. I was like, let's try Vue, and then it ported everything to Vue, and then the performance issues went away. So I just stuck with Vue after that. That's what happened, man. But maybe maybe today, probably the AIs are good enough to not have those weird issues. All right, what's next? The next thing is, let's see how far we are on this Ralph loop thing. Iteration number 9. So we have had reviewing this one. Phase 2 failed. Timeout. 30 minutes timed out. Anyways, I should probably update my Supabase to like disable the email authentication for now. Let me do that real quick. Riderhood Jeff, hi, what's happening, man? Welcome. Real quick, Supabase. Man, should I just cancel this thing and run another one? Maybe modify the Ralph loop. Try and put the agents in there or something, you know? What was I working on, man? Close that. Oh, Supabase. Disabling email thing. Norwegian Oiler, how you doing? How do you disable that stuff? Disable email confirmation. Email confirmation. How do you do that, man? Authentication. Providers. Email. I don't see confirm email. Oh, I see now. Alright, I just took off the email confirmation thing, man. Well, it didn't save. It's saved now. So anybody who was trying to sign up before and it was giving errors because it's pointing to some wrong place, I guess you should be alright now. Alright, what else we're looking at? Which other bugs? I wonder if that orange highlight is good. But man, we gotta find real bugs. These are like UI things. Let me see. I don't know how many races I've done, but 11? Does that sound right? Oh, view all races might be a nice button to have. Let me add that feature. Oh, this is Ralph Loop. Dang, did I create the wrong issue on Ralph Loop? Jesus. Alright, let me transfer these issues to the right repository, man. Jesus Christ. Everyone sees this now. How embarrassing. Can I delete issues completely? Alright, new issue there. Upload. Put that issue there. I'm gonna label it as a bug. I think I forgot to label that other issue. Alright, there must be a delete button, man. There is no delete button. Delete. Found it. Alright, very nice, very nice. Hey, Vertizoid, what's happening, man? How you doing? You can click to edit the PR description and copy the whole thing. Yeah, maybe I should have done that. Hey, Vertizoid, I tried out Codex the other day. I don't know if I told you. And it was alright. I might try to incorporate different LLMs into my flow. Funny thing is of this is that we can now see how Sam would scold a junior dev in his team. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty accurate, man. Man, come on, man. What you doing, really? Come on. Alright, so I was gonna create another issue where it would be nice to see more than just the last 5 recent races. So let me create a new issue again. I'm mostly using Codex to review Claude PRs. Yeah, I've heard some people say Codex is really good at fixing weird bugs, like complex, weird bugs. So maybe I should give some of these issues to Codex. Alright, this one is... Wait, what am I... Oh. We should be able to see all of our race history from a user profile. When you go to your own user profile, you should be able to see more than just your last 5 recent races. You should be able to see, well, let me say, geez. You should be able to click a button that says view all races and then be able to browse every single race you've ever done. Dang, Handy isn't alright. For these speech to text apps, Handy is alright, but it's not as good as Whisper or Willow. I think Whisper and Willow were really good. Handy is an open source one, it's not as good. And then the built-in things is even worse than Handy. But people keep telling me I can just vibe code my own speech to text, and I might just do that. Maybe this weekend or sometime this week. This should be able to... What was I gonna say? Should browse all the races you've ever done. Yeah. Make sure there's some pagination and whatever here too. I guess this is not a bug. Is it a bug? I'm gonna just label it bug, man. Because bugs are top priority. Nate Dunn. Handy was a ram hog for me. Dang. I don't know if it's a ram hog for me, but it doesn't take out all the weird things that you say from your speech, but the other ones do, like Willow does. I guess that's the AI, like putting your speech and fixing it, you know. Anyways, man, I gotta go soon, but I feel like we didn't even really do much except check out. I guess we've done 11 iterations in our Ralph loop, but I wanna improve my Ralph loop, man. I don't think it's very great right now, and sometimes it messes up. Like it times out, you can't get things finished. It's working on this one. Let me see which PRs have been merged since. So it says this one should be fixed. Where to check this one? So this is the only one. Separate spectators from participants in multiplayer races. We can test this out. Let me rebuild and launch again. How many tokens have I used? I don't even know, man. How can I check? Well, it's hard to estimate since I don't always work on this computer, but what is it? CC usage. Hey Brett, what's happening? I am definitely algo streaming tonight. That's the plan. I didn't do it over the weekend because I guess Valentine's Day and whatever. But today, I guess, is today a holiday? I think today is a holiday, but not for me. Today and Wednesday I should be around for algorithms. I guess I'll do the virtual contest. There are 2 virtual contests that I missed over the weekend, the bi-weekly and the weekly. Alright, so here, man, $96, that's not true. Or is that my daily usage? Or, I don't know where this gets its, oh, maybe this is since I got this Mac Studio. This is my usage. So I don't know what my total usage is. Alright, we're rebuilding Type Blazer, or should we wait on more issues to be done? I think I need to figure out how to make my Ralph loop parallel so I can like have multiple agent workers in there. That's my next step, man. I suppose I could just keep running a bunch of different Ralph loops, but I don't think that's a great way to solve that problem. Anyways, I'm getting kind of hungry, and it's kind of, I kind of saying, man, vibe coding is kind of boring. It's a lot of just sitting out and twiddling your thumbs, or I guess if you're great at multitasking, like, alright, if I was offline right now, I'll be working on this project, and while doing this thing, I'd be setting up a Ralph loop for my next project, and I just have like 4 different projects in 4 different Ralph loops. By the time I finish setting up the last one, I go back to the first one and I start checking the work, and then I give it feedback in the form of GitHub issues, and I set it off again, and then I just, what if you code some parts? Code? What are you talking about? You mean like manually write code yourself? I don't know. I haven't thought about that. I haven't done any of that yet. Never runs out of usage. No, it's really hard to hit max usage on the $200 plan. And you have to work on a lot of stuff, but I also think starting a new project is the most fun part, except everything else is boring. Do you remember how to type? Hey, that's why I do Type Blazer, Brett. And then that's why I do algorithms, so I remember at least a little bit about programming. But I would like to show you all my list of ideas, but in this age where Building something is so easy. I don't want to show you my master list of ideas, man. But on my list, I have about not too many. Yeah, ideas are sacred now. I have like eight things on my list that I'm going to pursue. And I'm just going to see what sticks, because I think you can build an MVP like a simple site. I think Typeblazer, I guess it's simple in some ways, but it also is a lot more complex than just a CRUD app. But I think a lot of my other ideas are just CRUD apps, and I think the LLMs are really good at CRUDing. So if you have an idea and it just requires CRUDing, maybe you can test your idea really quick. If you believe ideas are sacred because you can iterate too fast, then doesn't your deploy idea become old quickly too? Well, I'm not sure. I haven't deployed anything yet, but I'm going to try a strategy where I'm just trying to build an MVP for some of my ideas, and then throw $100 at ads and drive traffic to it, and maybe pay some people to like talk about it. Maybe a couple hundred for each idea, and just seeing experimenting. Really, I don't know what's gonna happen, but if I pay for ads and people start visiting and I drive traffic, whether it's ads or influencers or whatever, and people start going, people sign up, and I can get like some people to register and pay money, then maybe I'll explore that idea more. Maybe there's something to brand customer stickiness than first mover advantage. Yes, maybe. I think this whole area that we're in is kind of like an unknown right now, with the LLMs being able to like code so many things so quickly. So I really don't know what I'm doing, man. But I'm here to try some things out, and maybe I'll share some of my notes with everybody. Armando, what's happened? I have a question about Claude. Since you already have experience with the tool, is there a big difference between the $20 subscription and the $100? Or is the difference only in the amount of usage each one allows? I think there might be, I'm not sure what the latest is, but the $100 plan is the max plan and the $20 plan is the pro plan. Maybe you get access to Opus on the max plan. I'm not sure if maybe pro you have access to Opus, I forget. But you get a lot more usage from max. Like going pro to max is like a whole lot more usage, and then going from $100 to $200 is like 5 times as much. That is a double-edged sword of the ephemeral age of AI. However, 1 out of 1,000 stick long term. Yeah, who knows? Hey, real Raymond Jones, what's poppin', man? How you doing? The hard truth is that if it can be copied and it is worth to copy, then it will be copied. Also, using LLMs in order to create somebody's special idea makes it no longer special by nature. All of your data is now part of LLM training cores. What's happened? Yeah, but I mean, we'll see, man. We'll see. $20 has Opus 4.6. I see. So maybe it's just usage then, huh? Alright. Well, I really want to share my secret project ideas, man, but I think I will hold off on that until I'm ready to launch them. Or maybe even I might just launch them and not even tell you guys, man. I'm not sure. Not everything I build, I think I will be sharing with the stream. But we'll see. the ones that are relevant to the stream, I will definitely be sharing. Like Type Blazer for sure, man. The other things, yeah. And then I got some other things that are, maybe I'll just keep them secret, you know. All right, what are we doing? I gotta go soon. Yeah, but I wonder what this will lead to. Like, clearly, so many more apps and websites are gonna be available soon. Everybody's gonna be working on ideas are just gonna be flowing, and people are just gonna be trying all of their crazy ideas out. So I'm not sure if it's like, if maybe in the beginning, whoever got there first, they might stick, and then after that, it's going to be like, it's going to be so hard to think of something that hasn't been done before. Maybe it only gets harder to make your idea stick the more and more people start to like finish their ideas and products, you know. So I think there is some like elements of how fast you can get your idea out to the market. And it's not like whoever gets there first is gonna win. Obviously, that's not true. But I think whoever gets there first with a nice product or execution, not just the product, but like the whole marketing or distribution problem, maybe they might win. And I think speed is probably a big factor in today's world right now, because I foresee many things bum rushing, like all these LLMs gonna create so many new products, man. I've thought about streaming my code prompting, but I'm always a little cautious of idea protection. Building in public means you have to build fast and build sturdy. Yeah. For an individual person, I think caring about your users will really be separator. Building something that actually works for them, i.e. Apple style design wins, not Microsoft style. What do you mean Apple style wins, not Microsoft style? Microsoft is like one of the most valuable companies in the world. Clearly both of their styles seem to have worked. But anyways, just to be clear, I'm not anti-AI, it's great, but I think too many people are deluded by the belief that just because they have a good idea, that is all you need now with AI. I think there's so much more still to the equation, because if Joe Blow can build it with AI, then so can 100 other Joe Blows. Yeah. Yes. I think. I don't know, man. I'm just not trying to stay dormant while it feels there is a revolution going on, you know? I'm not just gonna sit down and think, I'm not even gonna try, because everyone can build it. Why even try, man? Maybe everyone else thinks that, so then nobody is gonna try, but then the ones that try are the ones that's gonna win. Who knows what's gonna happen is all I'm saying. Wait. Online LLM? Wait. Matt Bird's Quest, welcome. Streaming isn't that bad. You pick and choose what you want to share. Sharing documents that actually link to your local LLM is bad. Huh. Yeah, streaming is fun, I think. By the way, I was thinking of making something using AI, but first I have to do some research myself, and then I would like to discuss with you. Well, you know where to find me, Dumpy Don. You can discuss in stream, or if you're on something more private, you can message in the Discord. Wait, always be building as long as you enjoy it. Why stop? Well, I don't think I can pay the bills with just enjoyment. I will probably stop if I can't figure out how to make money in a few years. But this is one great big experiment by me, man. I just have this feeling that it's possible to make something with LLMs that I couldn't have made in the past. Or maybe, not that I couldn't have made, I didn't want to put in the amount of effort to build these things in the past. for something that I'm not too sure if it'll even work. But when the effort you put in is like 2 weeks of work and it can be done in the background almost, then maybe that's worth the effort for a chance to make some money, you know? How are you making money? I'm not making money, man. Anyways, I don't know. I guess we'll try one championship race before I leave. The lobby has just opened up. So Type Blazer, there's a championship race on the hour every hour. But I can't even join my lobby, man. There's a bug. Why is there a bug now? Alright, well, it looks like we're not doing a championship race. We have to figure out this bug. So I guess I'll do that offline, man. Hey, no, Portnoy, it ain't working. Don't worry, it ain't working. M. Angelo, what's happened? First time here, love your stream. Thank you very much. Just curious, did you study computer science or are you self-taught? I did not study computer science. I think you can say I'm self-taught or internet taught. But I do have a mechanical engineering degree, and I think it is important for me to mention that, because I don't want to give people false impressions like, oh, I have zero education and I just rolled up into computer science and I did well. I have engineering degree, so I guess programming is like logic and stuff. I guess maybe I've been studying logical things for a while, so that's where I'm at. Anyways, Type Blazer's still a bunch of bugs, man. But we're gonna try and fix things over time. And whenever I feel Type Blazer is pretty stable, I'll let everybody know. Oh, look. My alarm for the championship round that the lobby isn't open. But let me document this bug. I'm not sure what causes this. Connecting to lobby. Maybe it has the incorrect... Let's see. No, it has the right URL, so maybe something else is wrong. I'll just document the bug, and then I'm gonna go eat lunch. Type bugger, yeah, that's what it is right now, man. So yeah, I was able to get like most of the site working, but man, like figuring out all these weird bugs, it's probably the most time consuming part of a vibe coded app, and I think most people have realized that by now, but I'm like living through it, you know. But maybe, who knows if it's faster or slower than doing everything by hand. I think I'm still faster than if I did it by hand, but we'll see. What was this bug? Can't join championship race. The championship race lobby is open, but I'm unable to join. Maybe I should look at some logs as well. Maybe there's some type of in the API maybe. Oh, look at that error. When was that? Seems like right now. This is probably the error. I see this error in my API server logs. It could be related because the times seem to match. This is a bug. And we gotta fix this. This bug is very critical to everything. I'll try and fix it today, and tomorrow we can try more championship races. Anyways. That screen name brings into mind Michelangelo's. Yeah, it does. I mean, now that you say it, it does. Anyways, I'll I also gotta work on man Midnight. I have a lot of updates for this site, and I just never push them because I'm scared, man. I have some updates migrating my website from SQLite to Supabase, but I just don't want to deal with an unsuccessful migration when I make it go live, man. So I've been like procrastinating on doing this, but I just need to get it done, man. Anyways, I gotta go eat lunch and do whatever. So, is there any link to try TypeBlazer? Yeah, typeblazer.com, but the championship doesn't work right now. So, championship race, bad. Single player works. Should. Multiplayer also should work. We can do a multiplayer room if you're interested in trying it out. We'll do one since we didn't get to do the championship race. And you can join multiplayer on TypeBlazer as a guest, but championship races you need to sign up. Hey, Tony Desmond, welcome. How you doing, man? All right, you guys want to try? Let's go. 3 of us, 4 of us, 5 of us. Dang, Ricky Wong is here, man. The real typist. All right, Ricky Wong. Everybody try and beat Ricky. Oh, it's real janky. We'll try and fix it. I think I need the passages to be above the leaderboards, man. And then people disappearing when they leave, that's not the greatest either. We got a lot of UIs to work on. I think I need to sit down and really think about how I want things to look. But I feel it's kind of working. Wait, I registered a few days ago and just set my name after joining the race. And I think my old name in the race too. Might want to track that issue. Wait, Ricky Wong, what are you saying? Your old name in that race too? Interesting. All right, I will definitely make a note of that issue. Thank you so much, man. Thank you everybody for letting me know about these issues. That's what we're trying to do. Bug bash. I'm gonna just copy your comments. Maybe some stale usernames in the multiplayer thing is going on. Oh, more info. Let me just copy that. Join as guest, join the race, saw my guest name, set my name. All right, we will investigate that. Thank you so much. Doesn't update your username if you join the race and then sign again. Had to refresh. All right, that seems like the same bug. I'm gonna just put this feedback. Bug. But we're getting there, man. Maybe in a couple weeks it's gonna be a lot more polished. Watchers should just be flagged as watchers. Yeah, I think I have that as a bug, but maybe it hasn't been deployed yet. Yeah, right here. I have this bug, but I can't remember if I deployed it. I don't think I did, but I'll double check this to make sure. Etivium, thank you so much. I did worse, but got second. Wait, what? Are the rankings wrong? I didn't check the rankings, man. I'll have to look back in the VOD or something. Yeah, look, Ricky Wong won 18, but it shows third. Come on. I don't think it got... I think I documented this, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. So it's in the queue. All right, that's it. That's all. Tomorrow will be another Type Blazer day, trying to like get this going. Rigged, yeah. My dream is to just have this stable, and then it will be so much fun. I have big plans for this silly typing site, man. All right, so I gotta go. I'm gonna go raid somebody. Should we try and find some vibe coders or what? Vibe coding, AI slot machine, not English. Lead coders, maybe. Code Forces. Dang. This guy's doing. You guys want to watch Code Forces? Who knows? We're gonna raid this person. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for tuning in to the vibe coding session. The vibe coding sessions, I feel, are just like the LLMs are running in the background, and I'm just talking nonsense with chat, man. And then we just test out some random things here and there. But thank you very much for keeping me company and testing out the website. Ricky Wong, nice to see you again, man. I'll see you around. Sorcerer, High Potential. Adios, amigos. Have a good day. Etivium. See you later, alligator. Spoon XOR. Have a good night or day. Little Freezy. Adios. Thank you for tuning in. Portnoy. M. Angelo. SSD Wi-Fi. See you later, man. Nate Dunn. Matt Bird's Quest. See you later. Thank you for tuning in. Real Raymond Jones. Cores. Brett. Have a good night, good day, wherever you are. Enjoy your lunch also, if you're about to eat lunch like I am. Everybody else, all the lurkers, everybody from YouTube. Who's in YouTube? Tony Desmond, see you later. Thank you for tuning in on YouTube. Everybody else, see you next time. We're about to go raid this Code Forces person. He sounds crazy in Code Forces.